Welcome back to CBS Mornings. To many Americans, China is not only a global competitor, but also a potential adversary, where one man is all powerful. That is President Xi Jinping, whose speech to the Chinese Communist Party's National Congress yesterday showed his iron grip on the party. It's set to rubber stamp his continued rule as supreme leader, making him the most powerful Chinese leader since Chairman Mao. Elizabeth Palmer has the story from Hong Kong. Liz, good morning.
Good morning. Until now, term limits had kept Chinese leaders to no more than 10 years in the job. But Xi Jinping has managed to change those rules, and that tells you something about just how powerful he's become.
Here's a man ready to command the country and the future. And if any of the 2,300 delegates here don't like it, they wouldn't say. Xi Jinping, in public anyway, is never wrong. In party propaganda, like state TV's fawning series The Navigator, he leads the way into a socialist utopia. Xi's cult of personality recalls an earlier one, Chairman Mao's, the revolutionary despot who ran China for almost 30 years. Like Mao, Xi's even put out a book. And yes, there's an app too, Xi Jinping Thought, recommended reading for loyal citizens.
In it, he analyzes Chinese governance, but what he doesn't explain is why he thinks heavy-handed control and repression have to be part of it.
Like facial recognition technology for tracking people, and a zero COVID policy that has locked down millions of Chinese lives. Jeff Kingston lectures in Asian politics at Temple University in Tokyo.
What makes Xi Jinping tick?
Well, nobody really knows what makes him tick.
There are clues. His parents were communist elites. But in the 1960s, his father was denounced during Mao's Cultural Revolution. And young Xi was exiled to a poor village for re-education.
I think he was very much influenced by his childhood experience and seeing the politics of the Cultural Revolution and how it suddenly could, hit you even if you were a privileged family.
But Xi came back and climbed the party ranks until he got to the very top.
What we see as a much more aggressive, assertive, saber-rattling, hegemonic policy, he sees as a patriotic policy consistent with his vision of a great China.
For Xi, a great China includes Taiwan, and he told delegates he'd take control of the island, preferably peacefully, but he would not renounce force. Xi's facing headwinds, though, a real estate crash, growing U.S. military presence in the region, and even internal dissent. There was a rare glimpse of that last week on a Beijing overpass, a banner that read, "We want food, not COVID tests," and Xi is a dictator. It was, of course, taken down in a hurry.
But it was an uncomfortable reminder to Xi Jinping that repression and control can fuel dissent as well as snuff it out. Tony?
Elizabeth Palmer for us in Hong Kong. Liz, thank you very much.